schedule for Northwest Suburban Conference boys soccer as the Park Center Pirates pay a visit here to take on the Armstrong Falcons. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Lager, and Sig, fall weather has arrived. We were in the 90s not too long ago, and now these teams will have to adjust. I think mostly a welcome thing, though. They battled through some heat early on in this season.
It's not a good thing to be playing soccer when it's 95 degrees and the heat index up in the hundreds. So this is a much more welcome condition for all the players.
Armstrong, kind of a rebuilding season a little bit. They graduated 12 seniors from a team that had one of their better years in recent memory with a second-place finish in the Northwest Suburban. So they've struggled a little bit to start things out, especially trouble finding goals. They've just not been putting the ball away very much in their early season.
Yeah, and that's something you hear from most coaches at the early part of the season. But if you look at their record, they've only lost or won by 1 goal. They have not scored much, but they haven't given up much either.
For Park Center, they had a little bit, by their standards, an off year last year, but Coach calling this one of their more skilled teams that they've had. They've had a good start. Yep. And again, you know, you're playing different opponents, but they have actually been very good at putting the ball away, averaging about 3.5 goals a game.
Yeah, they're scoring well. They're playing well. The coach is very happy. This is one of the most talented teams he's had. And he's very happy with how they move on transition, work as a unit. So he's pretty happy with what he's got so far. But we'll see what happens in this game.
Yeah, Armstrong did beat Park Center on the way to that good season last year over at Park Center. Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on in today's game. First of all, for Park Center, a guy that's been around their program for a while, very skilled player, Johanso Camacho, off to a good solid start this year in his senior season with 3 goals and 3 assists. Sees the field very well. He can dribble and distribute very well and also finish a little bit on his own too. And for Armstrong, one of their returning seniors in Captain Nathan Orr, they haven't scored much, as we said. He does have a couple of goals, but being able to put the ball away is kind of the next step in the evolution for this Armstrong team. Their coaches were saying, not playing too badly, it's just that last part, putting it in the net, and our results might turn out a little different. Exactly.
When they get to the point where they can finish the play and score goals into the net, that's when they're going to be very dangerous.
All right, we'll see who comes out on top here this evening. Park Center looking to continue a strong start to the 2023 season. Armstrong would be a big feather in their cap if they could get a W here tonight on their home field against a quality team. The Pirates and the Falcons, it's on the way next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
And welcome back. We are about set to go here for tonight's contest, and a little bit different, and not a girls-boys doubleheader, as Armstrong's girls program is combined with Cooper, so they are not playing a Northwest Suburban Conference schedule. They're playing a Cooper Tri-Metro schedule, basically, so much fewer doubleheaders for their program this year, and a little bit different look. So there was actually a JV or lower level football game going on when we got here, and then just into the varsity for soccer. Let's look at the starters. Park Center on the left there, and Armstrong on the right. Easton Basic will be in goal for the Falcons. Brandon Perez in goal for Park Center as the officials check things out and get us make sure we've got 11 out there and all ready for play. And here we go. Armstrong with first possession. They're going to boom it long up the left side here. Probably the best opponent maybe that they both played, or one of them anyway, is Centennial, and it was 2-0 Park Center lost to them, although they didn't give up much chances, it sounds like, and Armstrong lost to them 2-1. So even though their records are a little bit different, you might look at this as potentially a pretty competitive game.
Well, I think we can expect a very competitive game. Looks like both teams are off to a fairly good start. Armstrong trying to break through.
Pirates turned it over there, and Armstrong trying to press the advantage a little bit there, and a little back and forth, and now the Pirates getting it going up their left side. Tried to go up there to Shadrick Tamba. It will be a throw for the Pirates. Throw in here for Isaac Niekbo. Was that a pretty good start to the year for Park Center as well? Pass was deflected, and then it's going to be out off of Park Center, so Armstrong able to force a turnover there. Out it'll go again. You see last year Falcons winning it on the road 3-0, and have had the better of it, which Park Center's had some pretty good teams of late too, so that kind of tells you a pretty good impressive, you know, maybe not so much last year, but you know, the Pirates have generally been able to put a good squad out there, and Armstrong has done well against them.
Yeah, like I said, they've been both sides building their team. Ooh, a little bit of a miscue, almost gave it up.
Good hustle to get back to it though. That time by Liam Jebb, but then the Falcons will get it back here. Moses Kamara on the move. A lot of white jerseys in his path though. Wanted a call, didn't get it. Bouncing toward the Armstrong bench. Bennett Higgins, one of the captains. A nice move there for Armstrong.
That was an excellent move.
And they get an advantage up the left side here as Orr tracking it down. Orr trying to beat the defender. And then it's clear, but right to an Armstrong foot. Falcons will get a chance here. Here's a shot, and it's in.
Oh, my goodness.
Trickling through Perez. And the Falcons are on the board early as James Handler will get it to go here. Just kind of a bad clear, I guess, for Park Center there. They got to the ball, but ended up putting it in a bad spot, and ultimately that turnover led to an opportunity for James Handler, and he is able to get it to go. Perez got it squared up pretty good, but it had enough on it that it trickled through him. You see the first one denied, and then it'll roll over, and then Handler cutting it back with the left foot. And Perez, I'm sure, will probably say that's one I could have had, but it was a good low shot with a decent amount on it, too. So Handler able to finish there for the Falcons.
If we see it again, we might see that the keeper was moving more to his right because the play was going that flow. So I think he may have just made a slight adjustment to the wrong side.
Yeah, and I think he maybe was caught off guard a little bit by the way that Handler came with the left foot there.
Right.
And that's kind of showing that a lot of times players are, you know, maybe, I don't know if he is left-footed, but, you know, hesitant to use the other foot, and maybe the keeper was expecting right foot, and instead Handler gets his first goal of the year with that left-footed shot. And again, Armstrong has had trouble finishing, but they finished one early.
Moved the ball around nicely, got the open shot. Here comes the Pirates. They lost possession.
Tamba went for a spill there, though. I think it's going to be a foul call against Armstrong as they tripped up Tamba. Yeah, they'll bring it back, and Camacho will line it up for this free kick here for Park Center. So Pirates facing an early deficit on the road. Gets too much into that one. He was looking to set somebody up far post maybe for a header, but instead it'll sail up and over the top. There is a little bit of a breeze that I think assisted that one, maybe more than he was estimating there.
Yeah, he was about 44 yards out when he made contact.
Adam Newman will take this goal kick here for Armstrong. Pirates win it. And they'll kind of go out to the outside with Nikpo. And then he's able to find his teammate Connor Draves. Falcons have to clear it. It'll be a throw, though, for Park Center as Nikpo will trigger this one in for PC as they try and kind of spin the field their way here after Armstrong had a lot of offensive zone time early. Quick turnover, though, and Orr gets to it for Armstrong. Oh, a nice step in, though, to take that one away as he was met there by Christian Wamstead. Or, I'm sorry, make that, let's see, it was Wamstead. Now sent ahead, this one will come rolling in, and Basic will scoop it up. And out of play here, we'll get a throw for Armstrong. Back and forth, Pirates able to gain control and then retaken. Orr dropping the pass back and then looks for a return. It's onside. Orr tracking it down. Keeper is out. Centering pass and another goal. Falcons will make it 2-0 as it's Handler again. Good patience on the pass. And Armstrong, kind of a dream start for them here. They've scored twice in the first 6:05. And Handler, the beneficiary again that time, and a good pass. He realized they were not at a great angle initially. As you see, it's run down here by Orr.
He sees him right there. Nice sliding shot. Good teamwork.
Perez coming out to challenge, and then Handler just right there all alone made it look easy, but good decision on that pass as the keeper was way out to challenge. So 2-0 quickly here for Armstrong, and again they're the team that was coming in with not only a worse record but very few goals scored coming in.
Yeah, where's the having problems finishing syndrome? Yeah, the other thing I noticed, Armstrong has a very good transition going.
Camacho tapping it ahead and then played to the outside by Jack Silman. But Falcons will get there and interrupt that anyway, and coming back the other way. Opportunity coming, but it'll go wide for PC. It was deflected, though. It is a corner coming up for Park Center, and it's very early in the game, as you can look at Alistair Abube there for Park Center. Very early in the game, and they do have some firepower. I don't think Armstrong fans can, relax just yet here.
No. This is a team that scored 6 goals in a game recently, so they can come at you.
Unfortunately, we don't seem to have any ball chasers here tonight, so.
Oh, you're right.
Players are having to run and go get it, and that's going to slow things down a bit. So first corner kick opportunity here for Park Center. Camacho kept it low, but a defender there to get up and head that one away. Good work again there defensively. Now they'll bring it back and regroup. All the way around, it comes here to Titus Lee. Looking for a return pass. It crawled up his body a little bit, but then Lee gets it right back. And into the middle, but just too many red jerseys around. They took it away, but then taken right back. Opportunity here now. Here's Lee playing it ahead. Turnaround try, looking for the far post, and the tap in, it's in. Pirates answer as out of here, Brito Salgado will deflect that one in. Good decision. They went far post, and I thought he was going to run out of room, but instead got to it and puts it away, and it's a 2-1 game.
Well, that's what you were saying. You can't be lax against this Pirate team.
after the turnover. Then they go one pass, but then here's a good second pass. He realized he had a teammate over there, and I thought, oh, is he going to run out of time? But really good decision there made by Jack Silman, and then it is
just pushes it.
Yeah, Salgado just for the tap in. So a 2-1. We're looking like we may have a high-scoring night in store here. Boy, you don't go to too many high school games and see 3 goals in the first 9 minutes, or even less than that. So Pirates looking to get back and attack some more here. This one chipped to the front, and it's tied up.
Oh, wow.
Nikpo will deflect that one home. And Park Center evens things up at 2 apiece, just 9-11 into the contest.
And these are not fluke goals, I'm telling you. These are
Camacho with a very well-placed cross here, and he did a good job just kind of trapping it down.
Yeah. Watch this redirect right here. This is beautiful. Boom, right there. Right.
He let it get to the ground and then just knocked it in before it took any kind of high bounce on him. And that was a great goal. That's the 4th of the year for Nikpo. He's tied with Camacho coming in with they each had 3 goals, 3 assists. And that time Camacho gets the assist on the goal for Nikpo, and we're even at 2. And Sig, I didn't really expect him to prove me right so quick when I said, don't count Park Center out.
They heard you. Coach Barnhouse.
He was saying, we played pretty well overall, but he's still got, some first week and first 2 weeks of, not everything's clicking. And he also, one thing he did point out is he said, I'd like us to be more consistent for, you're not going to play great maybe all 80 minutes, but he said, we haven't even really put together like a half that's been great. And I'm sure he'd say the same tonight. I mean, yeah, we love those goals, but we don't love giving up 2 easy chances. And same would go on the other side too. But wow, entertaining start here. So 2 apiece here as we've just passed 10 minutes into the contest.
Well, you may be right. It could be a 4 or 5 goal game.
Besides the fact that they've been nice plays, I like the decision making too that led to those goals. I mean, you couldn't have the first Park Center goal. You couldn't have faulted them if they had just turned and ripped a shot, but they were patient.
Right.
And same with on the second Armstrong one when the keeper came out to challenge. Just really good heads up and calm play to get it over to Handler.
Yeah, that's the key right there. Calm play. Not get into a panic or get too excited.
Oh my, Perez. Let's just say it's a good thing he was out there a ways, because that one rolled right through him.
That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, only went a couple feet though, so that's the good news is for Perez. They got 2 early ones on him, but then your team comes back and quickly ties it up. It kind of takes, I don't want to say take the pressure off, but I mean you feel a little bit better. Okay, we're back to the start to even up now.
Right. Yeah, we gave up 2 quick goals, but now we're going to settle in and try and get our defense to protect the ball better. Pirates again taking the ball.
Good little move in traffic by Camacho, but then they lose it. Camacho knocked it away, and he'll keep on advancing despite that tackle attempt. Good recovery defensively, though, and banged on out of there. Already seen a few good plays there by Mohammed Abdul Rahman for Armstrong, and then here's a nice little move to get it back the other direction, only briefly, though, as it was blocked by Lee. Now they get it back outside to Chubb. Camacho takes that one away, and he'll use the center backs there to get their offense going the other direction, now to the outside. Both teams pretty quick.
Yes, they are.
In transition and just quickness overall.
Yep. They're moving the ball quickly. They're looking at their teammates, anticipating where they're going to be, and then make the contact. That fouled against Park Center.
Newman taking this free kick for Armstrong, gets a pretty good boot away there. Headed to the outside. And it's going to be Armstrong's throw as they tried to bang it off of Falcon, but looks like it must have already been out there. Andrew Hayden throwing it in there for Armstrong. Back to the outside. Ooh, a nice try on the tackle. Let's see, did it go out? Where did it go out? It's going to be a goal kick.
That was a nice tackle. You get kind of nervous when you see that, because if they don't make contact with the ball, it's a penalty kick.
The other thing is, if they sidestep you, then you're kind of outflanked out there too.
Right. Then you leave your goalkeeper in dangerous position.
Pirates elect to go short with it and just keep moving it around rather than try and boom it out of there.
I like that. I really do.
Ooh, going to use the keeper here, and Tamba saw an opportunity to try and take that one. It works out okay for Armstrong, but kind of a dangerous moment there. Return pass, Camacho then had it denied by Higgins. Pirates get it right back though and try and attack, instead knocked away. To the outside for Eli Hoff, and now Nikpo had that second goal for PC. Falcons win it back. Lifted that one through the middle, but Lee flying in there to knock it down. Nice ball ahead there to Salgado. Trapped down nicely by Tamba. He gets a little room to the outside, although pretty well defended. It's going to be a throw for Park Center, right down close to the corner, but not quite being a corner kick there. Nikpo is going to come and take this throw in for Park Center. If you're just joining us, Armstrong scored twice in just over 6 minutes to begin the game. They were up 2-0. Park Center answered with two more of their own in a span of less than a minute. And just like that, we're even up at 2. And here's dangerous possibility out front here. It deflects over. Oh, and that one looked like it might be another goal coming up as it bounced over to Victory Atamode, but then his shot attempt from close range was deflected out of there. It will be a corner for PC. I think he thought this was going to be a goal, because I don't know that the keeper was going to be able to get there, but a defender got his foot in front. Watch as it bounces away, and right there, comes right over to him.
Yeah, it's hard to say if it was going to go in there or not.
Falcons pressing the attack again, but it rolls too far out front. No chance to run that one down for Kamara, and Perez will grab it up here for Park Center, and again he'll distribute rather than booting it out of there. Nice job to let that one go through to Salgado, now Nikpo. To the outside looking for Nikpo, although this one was pretty well read as Jeb, the defender, getting over there, although he felt he needed to just clear it out. So Pirates will get another throw. To the front it comes. Ooh, good job to get to that one, or Camacho was eyeing an opportunity there from a relatively good range. Pirates trying to spread them out and move that ball upfield. Camacho tapping it right back there to Salgado. And Coach Barnhouse pointed out too that he said maybe more than a lot of teams that we've had a very unselfish group. He said they truly don't care who's getting all the goals or whatever. It's just who's in the best position. You know, we want to win the game more so than I care about my stats.
Right.
And let's be honest, that's not always the case in high school.
No, it's not. It's pretty rare.
You see teams that You know, where there's some guys who are, and I don't even think it's always necessarily being selfish. There's a look at Mohammed Jabara, who is an assistant for Armstrong, but he is coaching the Falcons here tonight. Marcus Anthony, their head coach, was here before the game. We had a chance to talk to him, but he had another commitment. So he's got Mohammed running the show for the Falcons here tonight. He played for them not too long ago and has been with their program for 3 years as an assistant coach. Camacho challenge there as he tried to send that one in. Lee hustles over to it. Nikpo playing it up the line. Can Tamba get there? Oh, he does. Taken away, though, as he had to put the brakes on. And then a takeaway, though. Lee up with it for Park Center. Taken back, though. Good aggressive step in there defensively. And then we had a foul call against Park Center. An interesting start to this one. Obviously, we had, not only just the goals, but we've seen interesting play back and forth here. Newman will take this free kick for Armstrong.
Both teams doing a great job of moving the ball, like you said. And you get that message when you talk to the coach before the game that these guys are in tune with each other. They don't care who gets there. They just want to make sure that they do it in unison.
Played back to the outside here to Jab. Being pressured, but got the ball away there to Khalid Hassan. Sam Hunt trying to put a little move on there. And it'll be Park Center's throw. Connor Yang subbing in for Park Center here. Not that you won't still sub, but I don't think it's quite as crucial as it was even, the beginning of this week when we had still very high temperatures.
Now, if you're a player, this is almost ideal.
Knocked away here. Boy, there's not a lot of time to make decisions for either side. They're being pressured.
Yeah, it's like a one-touch, two-touch, and you may never see a three-touch because you'll be hounded by some other player like that.
Takeaway there, and then we're going to get a foul call, and Abdul Rahman didn't like the call. Did a good job, though, of turning the other cheek after he kind of stomped a little bit there and just turned and went away, and that's good. He thought he had made a good, solid play there. He's made some good defensive plays already.
Sometimes it gets a little bit too much energy.
Camacho, yeah, he's got a good foot. Besides his other skills, he's put the ball in deep a couple times from out there. Now Lee dropping it out. Gets the return pass. Jabbed away from him, but it goes right to a Pirate anyway. And they'll work it around back here, and Hoff now will take the pass as they switch. Going to come back up the middle. And tried to sneak that one through to Tamba, but pretty well read defensively. Falcons trying to get it out. They got a little bit bunched up. And then Nikpo will knock it away, and he's able to keep after it and keep it on the field too. Tamba turning and trying to go, but Armstrong, there's Abdul Rahman again stepping in. And ball knocked away.
That could have been dangerous. That was about a 3-on-2 break if they would have connected.
Yeah, Higgins able to get up and knock it out of there, and here come the Falcons trying to get transition back to offense. Handler, who has 2 goals already in the game, going to be a foul call against Park Center. Or is it just a throw? Yeah, they had a collision, but I think the ball had already gone out. Or Armstrong will bring Orr back in, and Jacob Koss coming in as well.
Well, we have a second referee for this match. Center referee is Eric Eihacker. AR1 is Jason Zemke. And AR2 is Adam Steyer. Actually, they're calling it a pretty good game. I mean, there's a lot of contact, but not too many fouls have been called.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but when there has been contact, it feels like for the most part it's been people going for the ball, not trying to
knock somebody
or push them or whatever. I mean, sure, that's going to happen. That's part of the game too. But I feel like the intent has been clean for the most part.
Yeah, I agree.
Nikpo intercepting that. And that's where, you know, when you get teams that are, you know, relatively evenly matched skill-wise, you're more likely to see that. It isn't one team feeling like, well, our only chance to slow them down is be real physical and knock them around. And
no, yeah, I'm not seeing any of that. Like you're saying, they're physical because they're going for the ball, making contact.
Camacho knocked down there, and he felt like he was fouled, but it looks like they're not going to give him that call. It'll be Armstrong's throw instead. Jeb with the throw in. Let's see.
Is it an improper?
Yeah, I think maybe they hadn't finished the substitution yet, or maybe he did come up too far. Yeah, it looks like might have been that. I thought at first he was maybe saying that, you know, they hadn't signaled really ready for play after the subs, but going to be another throw coming here for Armstrong. 2-2 our score. Again, Armstrong getting 2 early goals. Park Center answered with 2 of their own. All of that coming in the first 10 minutes. And then we haven't really had chances since then, but that was more chances, quite honestly, in the first 10 minutes than you see in a lot of high school games.
That's true.
And now, of course, the guys in the back, the keepers and the defenders, are probably going, well, I don't know that the start of that game was all that much fun. But the people with the offensive skills, they were liking it.
Yeah, it looks like the defenses have figured out where they're supposed to be.
Here's a low roller. That one's going to go wide. Perez will stop it as Eli Rice Strauss was looking for some room to get that one away, and ended up with a shot, but not much of a chance on that one. Nikpo playing it up. Oops, a little behind its intended target. And the Falcons quickly convert to offense, or try to anyway. Rice Strauss getting that ball away. Abdul Rahman sending it around. And then chip toward the front. Nikpo trying to get control. Ooh, nice job of turning the corner and keeping that one alive, but then it's a takeaway by Jeb. Their first goal was started on a play a little bit similar to that. This pass will roll, and Perez is going to not take any chances. He'll come out and scoop it up.
Another high, long kick.
Falcons able to win it back. I thought for a little while there it looked like Park Center had sort of, you know, taken over the field position a little bit, but not as much anymore now. It's evened out again.
Yeah, the momentum has swung towards the Armstrong side.
Shinobi Vang will work it around left side here as Park Center tries to get their offense back and going here. Lee giving it up to Camacho, but a takeaway there, and a nice one by Hassan.
That was a nice move. Stepped in front of the other player and took possession.
Hassan dropping it back for Orr. And then they're going to serve one into the middle. Ooh, it's overrun briefly. Rice Strauss trying to gain control. Finds Hassan, but then a quick takeaway by PC. Nice control stepping through the middle there for the Pirates by Connor Graves. Graves looking to get room to try and maybe cross that ball. Let's see, who'd this go off of? Going to be a close one. It'll be Park Center's.
Substitution.
Got some more subs coming in for both teams here as Nikpo will come in to take this. A little bit interesting how they're using Nikpo, Sig. We're kind of seeing him all over the field. Some up front, but he was also playing as a defender as well. So here's Nikpo with the throw in. Tamba trying to get himself free for a shot, drops it back. Camacho got the worst of that collision. Now it'll be Nikpo running it down though, but then that's a quick takeaway by Abdul Rahman. Good step up by Hoff for PC though, and they'll get it back. And briefly taken by Armstrong, but Lee trying to gain control as they battle for it in the middle.
And it's been a battle for the entire first half.
Oops, falling there as he tried to make that backheel pass was Kamara.
There's a little hook on the leg. I don't think he's going to get a call though.
Rice Strauss is slow to get up here. I think they're going to stop the clock for this injury as he trying to make his way to his feet, but it's going to be a throw-in. And I think the players are kind of finding out if you're going to have to play through a few things. They're not every little bump or trip isn't going to be called here tonight. And as long as you know that, I think you're okay with that.
Yep. The referee is letting the play go on. Obviously calling the fouls that need to be called, but not overreacting.
Lifted high and out. Higgins getting up for the header. And this is going to be a foul, I think, on Tamba, perhaps. Yeah, as they were tangled up, but yeah, it looks like they ruled that he was kind of coming over him.
Yeah, he kind of stuck with it and climbed over him.
And now he's shaken up a little bit as they stop right here as he's coming over the back. And looks like he might have hurt himself a little bit on that. So he will slowly make his way off. It was just kind of an awkward landing.
He may have come down hard on one leg and maybe jammed an ankle or something. We'll keep an eye on him.
Newman sending it in here for Armstrong. Orr trying to gain control. And down he goes. This time it will be a foul call against Park Center, and Orr slow to get up. And I think I said at the time, might have spoken too soon about things being pretty clean tonight. And
it's your fault.
Yeah, it's. So Orr will get ready to take this free kick here as we approach 10 minutes to go in the first half. Still 2-2. Two early ones for Armstrong, answered by two from Park Center. Out front, here's a header, and just up and over the top. They got a pretty good look at it there. And Higgins trying to direct that one under the crossbar, but instead it goes a little bit over the top. Pretty well placed ball, and he got a lot on it. Just a tough one to direct in.
Yeah, you got it to the person you wanted to get it to, and just did not quite make it.
Again, Park Center will come short with it here and around to Nikpo. Camacho deflecting that one ahead, but now it's Armstrong surrounding the ball and getting it. Abdul Rahman's pass knocked away. Pinballs around here into traffic. Abdul Rahman knocking it ahead. Oops, and then nobody home on the outside as Rice Strauss was heading it toward what he thought was a teammate on the line, but instead it goes out. Played into the middle here for Abube, and Orr gets back to break it up, but it will be a throw here for Park Center. Falcons briefly had it, but Lee takes it back here. Oh, and then a nice tackle there, and Armstrong trying to get it back in transition the other direction, but a nice step up to break that up was made by Vang. And we'll get a throw here for Park Center.
I think both those players felt that one.
Yeah, getting up, hobbling around a little bit.
Another, they've stopped and they're bent over.
And I think now, yeah, he's going to grant the, he was going to, let him walk it off a little bit, but I think Alistair told him, yeah, I need to come out. I'm not feeling it.
Wise move.
Out of here, Brito Salgado, who scored the first Park Center goal, coming back in here now for PC as we restart. I guess it was unrealistic to think that the early chances would continue as much as they did. But here's Camacho playing it out to Nikpo. Nikpo chipping one, looking far post. Got it out there a little bit farther than he wanted to. I think it'll be a goal kick coming up as Adamoti couldn't quite control that bouncing ball, and it will allow Armstrong to take this goal kick here as we approach 7 minutes remaining in the first, and still even up at 2. Header and to the outside. Armstrong, handler trying to get to it, but instead it'll be Park Center. Brito Salgado lifting one in the middle. Higgins traps it down. Tried to go back to him here, and now lofts one ahead, but really only one Armstrong player was even in the vicinity at all. Abdul Rahman sending it ahead. Bang. We'll leave it over to Hoff. And around toward Nikpo. That pass kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the Falcons win it. Or trying to send one long ahead. Perez will come out to get it. Around it comes to Hoff, and he'll look for Nikpo. Nikpo looking up the line there.
Oh, nice takeaway.
Yeah, good job there by Sahi.
Perfect timing.
Here he comes. Sahi looking for an opening, and it'll go wide. He got the ball out front of himself, just maybe one dribble more than was ideal there, and kind of ran out of room. And again, not every little thing's going to be called. Yeah, he got bumped, but he'd already released the shot there, and I kind of feel like a good no call, because there wasn't really an opportunity there to score the ball there.
No, and he didn't have anybody else coming up with him, so he kind of on his own.
Knocked away from Handler. It will be a throw for Armstrong. Went right to Nikpo, and he knocks it out and to the stands, in fact, and get a throw here for Armstrong as Jab will throw it in. Got it right back to him, but then his pass picked off. Falcons get a touch and deflect it out as Eli Rice-Strauss stuck out that left foot, but it'll be Pirates ball. Alistair Abube coming back in for Park Center. Remember, he went out with after banging legs with a Falcon a little bit ago. There's Alistair, and it looks like he's all right. Well enough to come back in. Just a freshman. It kind of tells you might be a pretty decent player if you're getting playing time in a pretty decent program like either of these, really.
Yep.
Throw for Armstrong. Lead of directing that one away, but it'll be another Armstrong throw just into the Pirates side of the field. Tried to go up the line there. That one's going to roll, but it's going to make Hoff make a decision here. And he'll just shield the offensive player and hope that it rolls over the end line, and it did. That puts you in a tough spot back there, because you don't obviously want to turn the ball over, and you don't really want to just clear it out if you don't have to. And he had to hope that it would go out on its own, and it did. Here's Nikpo with a little bit of room. Playing it to Tamba. He was met there. Falcons kept it in. And then a collision.
All over.
Hoff is not getting up just yet. Now he does. Another hard collision there. Ball into the middle to Draves, and then they'll come back around. Here's Hoff, who hobbles back into position. Looks like he's all right. Now Lee. Lee serving one in. It gets past the first wave. They try to win it back out there, but can't quite do it. Armstrong kind of getting a little risky there, going back with that ball briefly, but it'll go out of play, and it's a throw coming for Park Center as Nikpo will trigger it back in. They'll swing it left side. And a foul call there against Park Center, so Armstrong will get it back with 2.5 to play in this first half. We are evened up at 2 apiece. Couple of early goals for James Handler of Armstrong, and then out of here, Brito Salgado answering, and Isaac Nikpo tying it up for Park Center. And again, all of those goals came in just over 9 minutes to start the game. First 2 by Armstrong, then the next 2 by PC. And then, as we maybe figured, not really a lot of chances after that point.
You know, both defenses have tightened up.
And sometimes it's just circumstance, too. I mean, plays develop, and, you know, it isn't necessarily you know, a bad mistake or whatever that causes it. Sometimes just the way the ball bounces a little bit, you get some chances. But I did like the poise. There's Jason Barnhouse. He did say that, you know, more of our experience is kind of in the midfield and up front, less in the back. And I'm sure that kind of showed up a little bit, I think, on those early chances they gave up to Armstrong. So,
but they have settled down. Or settled in, however you want to look at it.
Played ahead here to Kamara.
It's a 1-on-4. That's not going to get you much.
We go under a minute. That pass got back between the defenders, and Bang will run it down. This ball to the outside here as Pirates would like to get one good push forward and see if they can't get a goal or at least a good chance down here late. Good hustle, and the ball put out front. Here's a shot. Oh, and a diving stop behind Pazek. Armstrong was too nonchalant trying to clear that ball. It looked like they had a chance to clear it, and instead they just put it right out front. And the Pirates trying to hurry and get a corner away here. Camacho will have time. They won't have a lot of extra time, but we'll have at least an opportunity here. Boy, Bazek making a tremendous save as Park Center made a bid for the lead.
That may have been the play of the game. He just dived in front of the ball and stopped it.
So we come to the halfway point of a very eventful first half, especially at the beginning, but then some fireworks late. And that young man, Easton Bazek, keeping us tied up at 2-2 after Park Center nearly retook the lead, or took the lead for the first time there. So 2 goals early for Armstrong, answered by 2 from Park Center. It's 2-2 at halftime. We'll have first half highlights and stats, and then our second half of soccer here on CCX.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
And welcome back here to Armstrong High School as boys soccer action. Plenty of fireworks we said early on, and it is Park Center and Armstrong tied up at 2 goals apiece. We had a lot of scoring early on and then a great chance late that didn't quite go as we look at highlights from the opening half. And it did not take long to get things going as less than 3 minutes in, a turnover there, and then watch the ball comes over to Handler and he turns with the left foot and sneaks it through Perez. That came in the 3rd minute of the game, make it 1-0. And then good patience by Orr here. Watch him. He spots his teammate Handler and he's all alone to tap it in after Perez came out to challenge. Great unselfish play there.
Yes.
Park Center coming back with an unselfish one of their own as it's sent across and tapped in there by Salgado after the pass from Silman. And then a great cross here from Camacho, and Nikpo showing great skill. That's a whole lot harder than he made it look to kind of trap that ball off the ground. And then late in the half here, crossing pass. Armstrong has a chance to clear, but they're too slow, and saved by their keeper there as Basic making a great diving play.
And looking at the numbers, it's even all the way around. For Park Center, 2 goals, 2 shots, 2 shots on goal, 5 fouls, and 2 corners. Armstrong, 2 goals, 4 shots, and shots on goal, 2 fouls, and no corner kicks yet.
So we'll see how the second half develops here as Park Center and Armstrong even up at 2 goals apiece. 1 half to go here on CCX. Stay with us.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Teams making their way out for half number 2.
And we'll see what happens in the first 10 minutes of this half. The first 10 minutes of the first half was pretty exciting.
Yeah, you have to wonder if both these coaches kind of said, like, all right, let's be ready from the get-go because we know, we saw what can happen.
Yeah, either team has good scoring players, good skilled players, and they're passing extremely well. And a lot of takeaway, a lot of tackling. And it's a fast game.
Yeah, it was a good first half, and besides being even on the scoreboard, I thought overall the play relatively even too. I mean, I came into it kind of expecting that Park Center would have the better of it, and maybe to a slight extent, but really Armstrong, besides getting those 2 early goals, stuck in there very well, and I thought played a solid half. Here's Lee ripping a long shot. Ooh, and that was not the easiest one ever. And Basic ranging over and knew there was a chance he was going to let that one, going to be a tough one, so he just knocked it down, smartly so. So one thing we didn't have a lot of in the first half was shots taken from long distance.
No.
The goals that were scored were mainly in close.
Yeah, they were all within the 10-15 yard line.
Another opportunity. Here's Camacho shooting it, and Basic making a save. Now, you like that he made those saves, but if you're Armstrong, you're thinking, I don't think we can continue to allow chances like that and expect the score to stay as it is.
Yeah, you have to get out there and bother them, either get a takeaway or get some kind of interference. Because you're right, you can't sit there and take pot shots.
Header goes right back out of play. Another throw for Armstrong.
And I see we've managed to get ball retrievers.
Yes. Yeah, they're partway through the half. They were kind of strolling in, and I don't know, it's possible maybe they kind of roped some people into it that weren't necessarily coming here thinking that's what they're going to be doing, but hats off to them. We forget about how, you just become so accustomed to that. You and I did games long enough ago that wasn't necessarily the case. Right. There wasn't an expectation that every stadium was going to have that, and now we've become so used to it. And it is a great way, too, to get young kids who are soccer players in youth programs in the area. They like it. They're excited.
Sure.
I mean, they love to run around and feel like a part of the game, and it kind of, I think, also sort of plants the seed about like, hey, this would be cool to do this when I'm in high school, and that's
absolutely
another factor into that equation as well. Well, we had a couple of cracks at it early on for PC. First, this rip by Lee, and that one was well ticketed. Didn't get maybe quite as high as he wanted to, and then an opportunity there, and Basic having to make an answer again off the chance from Camacho.
So that's 3 key plays that he's made.
Yeah, that one especially late in the first half.
Oh.
I mean, that one I thought for sure was going to be in.
I mean, that had some oomph on it, and he timed it properly and scooped it right up.
And that's the thing, too, when, you have to shake off those early goals, because a big save is still a big save, whether it's 2-2 or 0-0.
Right.
And he was able to keep his team in that tie with not only these 2 good saves to start the second half, but especially that one at the end of the first. Camacho trying to turn the corner, tripped up, and have a foul call. Armstrong kind of disagreeing, but it will go PC's way, and this could be a relatively dangerous opportunity here for the Pirates.
Here you see it. Yeah, he got legs. It didn't get contact with the ball, so good call. And you're right, this can be a very precarious position for the Armstrong defense.
Lee and Camacho both there trying to disguise who's going to take it. Will be Camacho rolling it to the front. Then the pass over. Here's a shot, and Basic has to make another save. Ranging over to his left on a ball on the ground. Boy, that was, I don't think that's what you would have necessarily expected Park Center was going to do, but it was actually a really good setup, and they got good quality chance out of it.
When you talk about set plays, that was one of them. They had that one well thought out.
Back to Perez, and he boots that one ahead. And this time, going to just clear it out, not going to take any chances out of Modi. Let's get another look at this, coming off this free kick. Watch him put it right on there, and then the next pass over, and Nikpo ripping the shot left-footed. Boy, they got everything they wanted in terms of the setup, but
just couldn't get either side of the keeper.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing you would maybe want to do different is it was a little too much into the middle, but still, it was a good quality chance. That second pass is what was impressive there, that they didn't, just say, okay, I've got to turn and rip it.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing in the first half. We saw a lot of very intuitive passing, knowing where your teammates are, be unselfish, not worry about the stats. And we're seeing that from both teams.
And it got out of bounds there as Abdul Rahman trying to keep it up the line. He actually almost ran into his teammate Handler there as they got too close together, and that caused that a little bit.
It looked like the 2 players from the same team were battling for the ball.
Yeah, and I don't think they saw each other at first. And one had more, and they sneak it through up to Orr, and then just knocked away.
Nobody out there.
Be a throw here for Armstrong as recovering was Atamode to get a piece of that one. Now they get it into the middle of the field, dropped over to Handler, who had their 2 goals, puts it out front. Park Center asking for an offside, but it doesn't look like they were going to call that. all the Pirates kind of, or not all, but most stopped and put their hand up. Throw in here for Armstrong as they try and generate. Good chance there, looking for a bicycle kick. He just got a little bit of it there, was Kamara. And Perez will scoop it up.
Yeah, those are exciting, but they're so difficult to pull off.
Yeah, and you have to have enough room too, and that one was the case there where you really didn't. Bang will run it down here for Park Center. Nice play to step in, but then the Pirates win it right back. Camacho looking outside toward Nikpo, but it well read and intercepted by Handler. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Big old collision there, as jumping over to break that up was Draves.
Nothing illegal about that. That's just a lot of enthusiasm going for the ball at the same time.
Hayden throwing it into Handler. Nikpo lifting one high into the air here for Park Center. Camacho nearly had a clean takeaway. Now he does get it to Tamba. Trying to step through, and he got the ball advanced between a couple guys. Now they get the angle on him here. And this will be a corner kick. Armstrong trying to clear it out over the sideline. Instead it goes over end line. So a corner kick upcoming here for Park Center. Camacho will line it up for this corner for the Pirates. And here's the deflection. Ooh, and it just bounces wide. They did have Adamode camped, on the far post, but couldn't quite get to it. I don't know for sure. I don't know that it was probably a pass, more likely not, but he was hoping to be in the right position and just couldn't quite get there. Still, those are the kind that when you're the defensive team there, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief, because that one was a good setup again. Cleared out by Park Center. We'll get a throw here for Armstrong. Now they will trigger it in here as Orr. Header into the middle of the field. Handler dropping it over there. Redirect out front. Oh, and Nikpo, good solid job to not only keep Handler from, oh, there was a shove.
Shoving that's going to get called every single time, especially when the referee is right there.
So free kick here for Park Center. Salgado. Knocked away from him. It'll stay Pirates ball with a throw in. He was pressured there. Nikpo getting set to trigger it in here for the Pirates. And swinging around now to Hoff. Looking out right side. They've done a nice job of using, switching fields and spreading things out and working the ball up. I like, generally pretty good spacing on that.
And it's all fast-paced.
Nikpo gets away a pass. Nikpo's been impressive tonight. I mean, aside from getting that tying goal, I think I would say he's maybe been the best player on the field, or at least close to it.
Yep.
Here he is receiving right here.
And second place goes to Basic.
Yeah, he's had to make a couple really big saves. And hard to overlook a guy who had the first two goals for Armstrong, too, even though he hasn't necessarily been in involved in everything since. But
yeah, but you can't. I don't think you can blame the keeper for those were beautiful setups. There was no chance that he was going to make any kind of stop.
Yeah, on the second one especially. The first one I think Perez would like to have back.
Yeah, because he went the wrong direction.
Yeah, it was a little bit kind of. You hate when your first. The first real shot on goal is such a quality one like that too, though, because you're probably not really that warmed up into it yet. But nonetheless, he had to shrug that off, and he's kept them at 2 goals since. He hasn't been tested nearly like Basic, though. He had 3 really good saves, especially like I talked about, especially the one late in the first half.
Yep.
But then 2 pretty tough ones almost back to back here early in the second as well. Foul call here going against Park Center. Not the first or probably the last guy we've seen hobbling around a little bit after collisions there as Eli Rice-Strauss trying to run that one off a little bit. Strong header to get it out of danger for the Pirates. And here is Vang knocking it ahead. A lot of traffic there in a short area. It'll be a throw for Park Center as Armstrong got a deflection on it. And that one hammered on out of there. Bang, turning it back to Lee. Outside for Nikpo. Ooh, Abdelrick Mon spinning away with it. Oh, and plays it ahead. You've got numbers here. To the outside, or trying to get a shot. Sliding tackle made. Falcons wanted a PK out of that one. They're not going to get it.
No, they're not going to get it. We'll check it on replay, but that seemed like a pretty clean tackle.
Boy, they were really hoping it, because it was clearly in the box too. Now we get a stoppage. Is it an injury thing or no? We're gonna have a card. They complained too much coming upfield, I think.
Yeah.
Or is given a yellow. Well, let's get another look and see. Is Orr to the outside?
Yep, clean. He made contact with the ball first. Wasn't very solid, but he made contact.
And then you see Orr.
He's
right
not
there.
happy.
He does not agree, and their bench did not agree.
Yeah, and you can disagree, but you got to be careful what you say to the referee. But I think you're right. He complained just a little bit too much on the way up.
And he was still pretty hot as he went to the bench. They're kind of holding him back. They go, we don't need another one. And then you'd be out. So back in action here after the yellow card. And we will get a throw coming here for Park Center. Someone will come back in here for PC.
Pretty good.
Oh, and there's a header. It's knocked down, ball loose. And then a follow-up try, and Basic will range over to his left. That one might have been going wide, but boy, those are tough. They're right at the defender's feet, but there's just so much traffic. You got to be careful trying not to clear it off somebody into the net and all of that.
Yep, it can be pretty chaotic there.
And now here come the Falcons. Kamara pushing it ahead, trying to get a shot. He fires. Ooh, he had a lot of smoke on that one. Perez just got a piece of it and deflected it off the crossbar and out. So it will be a corner. It was almost like you could see Kamara's eyes light up once he got that ball with a little bit of room to get a good strike on it, and he does. Boy, this was close.
That's got some speed behind it. Wow.
And Perez, there's his big save of the night right there.
Right there. Just got his fingertips on it.
So here's the Armstrong corner. And I don't think that's going to work there. As it got over Abdul Rahman's head, so he stopped it with his hand. Played up the line here, and they're going to go back to basic with it. You kind of sense now these teams are starting to feel like, okay, we're just about to the stretch run here. We're almost to the halfway point in the second half. It's kind of like it's time to go here.
Yeah, time to make something happen.
Not that they haven't been playing hard all the way, but it's like you sort of feel the sense of urgency jacking up again a little bit. Throw in for the Falcons. Camacho, nice ball there as he got it ahead. And then that will be a trip. And Armstrong again a little disappointed, but it'll be a free kick here for PC. Another look right there.
Yeah, ran over the back and pushed him, but it wasn't flagrant, but it was there.
Again, Lee and Camacho in disguise who's going to take this free kick here. They had a really nice set piece earlier that ended up in a good quality shot. Camacho, here they go again, out to Nikpo, playing it to the middle now with that cross, but well defended.
Well defended, but what a nice set play that was.
Now the Falcons looking to answer. We saw what kind of a shot Kamara has a moment ago, and he's trying to step all the way through. And down he goes. But again, the Falcons upset, thinking that one could have been a foul. And then out of play it goes. Oh, and then
now we got a problem
afterward. And
no.
Getting heated.
Come on, guys. I sense we're going to have a couple yellows or reds. And this is kind of what happens when you have a tight game, two evenly balanced teams going at each other full speed. Let's see how many cards are we going to get here.
Now here's where you try and keep track. Did you see numbers? I mean, obviously we had some big pushes and people coming off the bench, and
AR1 was in the best position because he was right there in that area. See coach telling his players to calm down, don't give away the game.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job, just trying to get their guys away. Just get away. I don't care if you're right or wrong right now. We just got to separate. And
yeah, we'll see how we get this sorted out.
I think it all started with Armstrong. Let's be honest, they were very frustrated with a few calls that didn't go their way, including on that last rush there that would have been another possible PK. And then once the ball went out, then everybody was upset. There was pushing back, and I could be wrong, but I at least, not trying to defend these guys or anything, but I don't think there were any punches thrown.
No. It's pushing and shoving. Here we see it.
Right here as he'll come in and gets the step. Yeah, to me that probably should have been a PK.
We'll see shoulder to shoulder. That's the question. He looked at, the referee probably thought it was shoulder to shoulder. And we can key it up again and get a better look at that while they're still trying to sort this out.
They're gonna call coaches together and.
Yeah, we're gonna have a powwow. That's Eric Ihacker, center referee.
Well, and then here's where you get to the spot too, where it's hard to, I mean, did someone do something that was above and beyond what anybody else did in terms of,
right,
you know, getting over the top aggressive? With there was clearly a big push.
Yeah.
But was it whether it's
he did bring up his arm, but he was basically shoulder. Then he raised up his arm, his elbow.
And then we had the hard tackle right there, and then we had everybody getting upset. And we had
there's
the push.
A push. That could be a yellow. Or are they going to say, okay,
so we're back into play here as Park Center out of play here. Park Center will have a throw. Bounces out to the front. Here's a chance. Oh, and off the crossbar it goes. As out of here, Brito Salgado making a bid there. Now it's out front again. Trying to clear. Whoa, that one nearly went in after the first one off the crossbar. Lee chipping it to the front here. Oh, and Nikpo nearly had an opportunity there. Or did have an opportunity, but nearly trying to direct it in. And Pirates, I think we're saying it was touched by the defender, but it's not going to be the case. Here's another look. Watch this rip right here. Oh,
right smack dab on the crossbar.
But as close as you could come without scoring there.
Yeah. So we end up with a goal kick.
Knocked away there. And Falcons win it back. Here comes Kamara. Kept possession there. Kamara
putting on a clinic here.
And a sliding play. It's going to be a corner.
That's pretty good. He got a corner out of it.
Or we'll take this corner here for the Falcons. Here's the header, and that one will sail back toward the corner again. And now we've got an injury as Camacho going down. I wonder if this is a cramp.
He came down on that left foot. It just started collapsing right away.
Yeah, I think it's a cramp. He must have told his teammate. Oh. Yeah, he just kind of buckled in the corner there, and you see how much pain he's in. Trainer quickly making his way down to help out with that cramp, and oof. See these early in the season. Of course, it's not a warm night tonight, but
you can still get a cramp.
Yeah, absolutely.
See that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a cramp. But I thought maybe he kind of jammed his ankle when he came down hard.
Yeah,
but
no,
I think you're right. I think it's a cramp.
Yeah, he would not have had his teammate, grab my foot and twist like that if.
Yep.
And to his credit there, he was willing to get up and so we could continue the game and get a couple feet off the field there too. Well, things seem to have settled down after we had some may I hold your coats moments there. This will be a throw here for Park Center. Nice ball ahead there. Pirates trying to get a look at a shot. And this will be a corner kick upcoming. Pirates that time wanted a trip call there, and I think the Armstrong fans are thinking, oh, you better not. After
If we don't get one, you don't get one.
Right.
Left-footed, so this should hook towards the goal area, and it does.
And it's going to be another corner as Higgins deflected it out there for Armstrong. Going to leave it this time for Tamba to come over and take it. Gets higher, but it goes right to the keeper, and Basic is ready there. Those are the kind you like, where the traffic didn't really get to in a spot to bother him there. Just had a good clean look at it.
Armstrong trying to pick it off so they can counter.
They get it ahead here and to the outside. Or will win that ball back, and cleanly so, they say. Here's his shot. Oh, and just misses the far post.
It's your basic grass burner.
See, there's Park Center asking for a call, but again, they've let him play. And he tried to.
He didn't miss by much.
No, and it was a tricky play because he made the defender believe he was going to drag it by him, and then just kind of flicked it with that right foot. This will be a free kick here for Armstrong. Newman will line it up. Serves it in deep. Perez out punches it, and then he collided with traffic there and has to scramble back into goal. Send it back to Newman. Oh,
that was
almost a takeaway by Tamba there. And the Falcons play it nicely up the line. Handler getting it over there to Higgins. Back for Handler. Chipping it to the front, and a defender knocked it away. Perez was about to grab it. Got a Pirate who's still down on the field, too. Tamba stepping in, and he had it knocked away. Now a different Park Center player's down. And I think we get a call going against Park Center, and they've got two guys hurt. Lee is on the near side closest, and then more in the middle of the field. I can't pick out the number just yet. Well, looks like it's Rito Salgado. Well, he's up, and then Lee getting up as well. Been a rough one.
It has.
I said earlier about how clean it had been, and not as much in the second half here. So this will be Armstrong getting a free kick opportunity after we had the little stop for the injuries. Served out front. Park Center getting first touch on it. Or trying to keep possession here.
Wow.
And knocked away. Pretty good job defensively there. And it will ultimately be a throw for Park Center. Falcons win it back though, and not for long. Now a good step up there. That pass will get away though, and it's a throw coming for Park Center. There was a stretch here where Park Center had a couple pretty good chances and seemed to really have taken the momentum, but now again Armstrong has done some good things of late.
Yeah, it's been back and forth in the second half.
And get a foul call there against Armstrong. Honestly, I thought he was possibly going to be issuing a yellow there, but didn't do it. Knocked back into a Park Center zone there is Eli Hoff controlling. Bouncing back now to Shinobi Vang. Finds Draves as they go to the outside, but Ikpo can't quite run that one down, and we'll get a throw here. And I think we have another injury. It's another cramp situation, and this time Armstrong. Yeah, Kamara right on the edge of the field. Some of what we'll have coming up for you on CCX for game telecasts. Friday night will be Park Center football hosting Kennedy, and then we've got soccer doubleheader Tuesday. Wayzata Trojans at home against STMA, and then it's Cooper Armstrong football matchup next Thursday, followed by another football matchup the Friday night, Champlain Park Osseo. So back into play, Armstrong. They'll look up left side here, or tracking it down. Knocked away from him. It'll be a throw here for the Falcons. Tamba does a nice job meeting that ball for Park Center.
They got defenders out there.
And he tried to bank it off an Armstrong player, but it didn't succeed apparently, so it's a throw for the Falcons.
And no, the Pirates get it right back. More subs.
Sahi coming back in for Armstrong, and Lee for Park Center. Swing it way across here to the left side to Lee. Gets a return pass from Nikpo. But then that one boomed up out of there by the Falcons. And that one's going to roll out. It's going to be a corner. So Armstrong, I think they thought it was going to be off Park Center and maybe could have possibly played it, but they were, you know, that's the thing. It's a little hard to know for sure. So it will give Park Center an opportunity as Alistair Abube will line it up here again. He is a left footer.
This is the fourth corner in this half for the Pirates.
And Camacho, who went down with the cramps earlier, is coming back in, and he will take the corner, in fact. So another opportunity off a set piece here for Park Center. Armstrong getting up for the header. Ball still in a dangerous spot, though. Nikpo trying to control it. Nope, going to be a foul against PC. Park Center briefly had it after that free kick, but the Falcons will get it back here. And knocked away from Abdul Rahman. Will have a throw here for Armstrong. And Kamara coming back in after he was cramped up a moment ago. And also Eli Rice-Strauss coming back in for the Falcons as Jeb throwing it in here. And sent on the long cross, and Perez not going to gamble. He'll let it go out. So a goal kick here for Park Center. Well, we had 2 goals for each team in the first 10 minutes, and then nothing since. Doesn't mean we haven't had action. We've definitely had that, but no more goals up to this point anyway. Camacho playing it to the outside. Nice takeaway there, though. And that one went out. It'll be a throw for Park Center. Battle for it there, and Camacho able to win it. Vito Salgado getting it ahead. And to the outside, Nikpo. Crosses it here, a header though. And nice job by Handler to stick with it, and then he got it ahead to Kamara. Kamara trying to get past Nikpo. And now we get a collision, a stoppage. We got 3 players were briefly down, 2 of them getting up, and then Lee, the last one to get up.
This is a good look at Camacho, number 7. His skills were as advertised. It's going to be a drop ball for Armstrong.
Go up the line with it, but a nice takeaway by Tamba, and he'll turn and play it up the middle of the field here. Higgins back to retrieve here for the Falcons. Abdul Rahman's pass knocked away. You kind of get the feeling both these teams know it's, pretty likely next goal wins.
Yep.
We're late enough, and obviously it changes things a little bit without, having the overtime in the regular season too. I think maybe to a certain degree strategy might change a little bit, although you would hope that teams were trying their best to win in regulation in the past too, but knowing it can be a tie can change maybe the way you attack things later on in the game here. I think especially depending on if you were kind of expecting to win or not too.
Yes. But when you're tied in a very tight game like this, has become very physical and very intense.
Gonna send this one long, but Vang is there to break it up. Here's Nikpo. Knocked away from him. It will be a throw for Armstrong as it double contact there and went off him. And then Lee breaks that one up. Another Armstrong throw here. Hassan coming back in for the Falcons here as we approach 7 minutes to go. And I think he was waiting for one more sub to come there. Oh, and guys starting to mix it up a little bit again here. And
okay, we have a timeout on the field. I think center referee's going to have a discussion with some of the players. Yeah, I think it's a substitution error. Okay, and we're back in action. Armstrong with the throw.
Yeah, Abdul Rahman almost got a step through there. Now Nikpo will knock it high in the air, but Armstrong surrounding it and chipped up front. Advantage call there as it's played to the outside and then knocked away by the Pirates as they'll just drill it out of there. Corner kick upcoming. As Rice Strauss was held up, but the official signaled advantage that they were still proceeding with their scoring chance there, so let that one go on. Here's Kamara for the corner. Goes low along the line with it. And that one didn't make it all the way through. Maybe an Armstrong throw. Camacho tried to sell it, or maybe he actually thought that it was theirs. Little return pass to Kamara. Oh, gets it through out front. And they just couldn't quite get a look at it. Now a shot, and Perez has to make a save.
That was more difficult than you would think.
Yeah, the angle was there to hit that far post, but it looked like Hassan was going to have a good chance, but he just couldn't quite get his feet lined up to get around and take that shot. But then the trailer actually got a decent look at the net. Cleared out by Armstrong. We will get a throw here for Park Center as we're under 5 minutes to go. 2-2. That's been the score since about 9 minutes in. Foul call there against Park Center. I think they felt there should have been a handball called there, and that might have been the reason for that. And then a couple of guys mixing it up again a little bit. Back out it comes and chip to the front, and Perez is going to circle around and grab this one up.
comes the punt. Boy, he gets it up there, doesn't he?
Ooh, Camacho, there's a collision. They'll keep possession. Knocked away again. Park Center will get a throw in deep down toward the corner. Hoff coming up to take it here for Park Center. Comes up front trying to get a shot away. Lee just couldn't quite get an angle. There are too many defenders in the way.
And now Armstrong on the transition. Nobody's down there.
Yeah, I think they just felt like we got to get this out of danger here and boot it upfield. And we're going to have foul call, it looks like. Look right there. Yeah,
no question about that one. But that was almost blatant.
Rice Strauss coming up with it here. Got the pass away. Ooh, Perez coming way out there, and he's going to grab that one up. That one volleyed up in the air. It's going to go into the Armstrong bench. We will have a throw for Park Center.
And more subs.
Graves will come back in. Handler back in for Armstrong here as we're under 2 to play here in regulation. What an eventful night. 4 early goals, some big saves.
A lot of action.
A lot of physical back and forth. And play it ahead. The race is on. Perez is going to get there. He has not been hesitant about coming out when it's called for.
No, if you're a coach, that's when your heart stops.
Booted ahead down the line again. This will be headed out by the Pirates. It'll be a throw for Armstrong here. Bounces around here. Ooh, is that a handball?
That was a handball, yeah.
So either way, would not have been anything counting there for Park Center.
No. Armstrong with one more attack up their sleeves to see if they can get something going.
Perez coming way out.
Wow, that's a little bit too far for him.
Takeaway there. Falcons trying to pressure. Ooh, and a good recovery defensively to bang that one out of there. It is interesting. Both teams now kind of playing long ball a little bit more to try and generate chances late. Their, patience in terms of setting up has kind of gone out the window. They know the time's winding down.
You're right.
And bodies down
we got
here.
A stoppage. That's a card. What color is it? Yellow.
Yellow card issued here. Abdul Rahman, I believe it is. Or did they get more than one? Right there was the very hard tackle.
So we're going to have 6 seconds to work with when the clock starts again. Referees are talking to each other. Good sign. Make sure they got the right call.
So yellow card, number 16, Muhammad Abdul Rahman. There was a substitution for Felton, so the other number.
So unless Park Center puts one in with a miracle shot, I think we're going to end up in that tie.
Get a long free kick.
That's about 60 yards.
And the header, and it'll bounce away, and they're not going to get another opportunity. So we will play to a very hard-fought 2-2 tie here in this one. And I think they're both disappointed they didn't win, but also did a lot of good things here tonight as well. And, you know, some hard feelings. There's some hard tackles and some battles. And, you know, you have nights where you don't love every call either way, too. And but that's all part of it. And, entertaining one, I'll say that.
Oh, very entertaining. A lot of back and forth, a whole lot of passing, great saves. I mean, it's a difficult time for the officials when you get that intense. But overall, they maintained control. They could have kicked out a whole bunch of players after that melee, but they decided not to. They only gave one yellow card.
So Handler scoring a pair for Armstrong early, and Salgado and Nikpo answering for Park Center. And that is where we stayed throughout the rest of the night. So our final score is Park Center 2 and Armstrong 2. Best of luck the rest of the season to these two teams. And thanks so much for joining us here tonight. For Sig Lagery and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Armstrong High School.